Tell me if this is something that you guys can relate to. You boot up your favorite MMORPG. You start playing, you do your dailies, you grind a little, and then you log out. Is it because the game is bad? No, not at all. It's because you've done everything that there is to do and you're now looking for something new, something exciting, something to reignite that flame in your loins, and not in the, oh God, now I need to go to the clinic and get a checkup kind of way. So to my surprise, I happened upon a brand new upcoming MMORPG, one that nobody is really covering, and I'm uncertain as to why that is. Maybe because this is a Chinese MMO, and let's be real here, Chinese MMOs don't really have the greatest track records with regards to long-term success. Maybe it's because the game itself looks a little bit too anime-y. Maybe it's because it was from the same development team that happened to develop Dragon Raja, which admittedly was quite the international success. You know what else would be a surprise though? If you click that subscribe button and became part of our incredible community, especially if you want to stay updated with the latest MMO news, the latest MMO releases, trailers, betas, announcements, and more. Regardless, this may be one of the most unique MMORPGs on the horizon. Dragon Raja was an incredibly unique title, and this looks like it has the potential to be even more so. And the best part, they are actually holding a closed beta test phase from December 21st through December 27th. I have links on how to go about pre-registering and joining that beta test if you're interested in the description in the pinned comment below. Now, with that in mind, the developers have released a full trailer for the game, and we are going to go ahead here and take a look at it. Is that like a slime bear? So what you're seeing is apparently one of many different biomes in the game. There are forests, snowy regions, deserts. I'm not sure exactly how many and or how unique they are, but they did confirm there are quite a few very unique zones in the game. And I use the term zones loosely here. I don't mean that these zones are instanced, because the game is not instanced in any capacity. According to the developers, the game is actually completely open world. And the special effects here actually look really good. And the character models, from what we can see of them, look pretty good. They definitely look reminiscent of Dragon Raja, 100%. I'm not really sure like why there are multiple planets so close to us. But yeah, seriously, that looked pretty damn sick. Although at the same time, I am going to be completely honest with all of you guys, that was a trailer. And despite how good a trailer looks, that is exactly what it is. It is promotional material to trigger a response of excitement to garner hype for their game. Now, if Noah's Heart genuinely looked and played as good as what we saw in that trailer, then the world would be a better place. However, it's best to remain skeptical and assume that it won't, even despite Dragon Raja looking as good as it did. Noah's Heart is a completely open world MMORPG built using Unreal Engine 4, meaning that it's much better optimized than its competition, namely games built using Unreal Engine 3, like Elion. The world features no loading screens whatsoever, meaning that you can run from one edge of the world to the other without triggering a single separate screen, with the exception of dungeons and raids, I'm assuming, as they would really make no logical sense to have group content like dungeons and raids present in non-instanced areas. I could only imagine how badly griefing would be. According to their website, there are no boundaries and no limitations. You're capable of exploring every part of the entire planet with varying biomes like deserts, forests, frozen tundras, and alien swamps. There will be a functional class system present in the game, but it's going to be a little less traditional than what we're used to. On the one hand, you'll be given a weapon to choose when beginning the game. That weapon will act as your class. However, instead of leveling a single weapon's proficiency, you'll instead be capable of swapping weapons, altering your entire playstyle. As an example here, you can go from using a bow to a polearm, or from a polearm to dual blades. This provides a new depth of customization for players, allowing for you to fill more than a single role at any time, given you have the appropriate weapon for the occasion. And I feel like personally, this is a feature that more MMORPGs should adopt. I mean, Final Fantasy XIV, as an example here, allows for you to level every job, every profession on one single character. This removes the need to create and level ults, making the character that you create more special, feel more important. It's also just easier, more efficient. If your healer can't make it, if you need additional DPS, if your tank is just taking exorbitant amounts of damage and you need to split some of it up, then you can adapt. You can swap to what is necessary and help alleviate some of the stress that your team is experiencing. This is one area of the MMORPG genre that I believe needs innovation. Being limited to a single class, a single weapon type is limiting, it is inhibiting, and games like this are doing a fantastic job in creating new opportunities for players to fill various roles, to step out of their comfort zones. There are also a plethora of different occupations, crafting professions you can level, tailoring, blacksmithing, cooking. I've never been into crafting myself, actually. I absolutely loathe crafting. I rather earn money in-game via whatever means is at my disposal and then pay you guys, crafters, in-game to craft anything and everything I need for me. So, you know, at the end of the day, this is your guys' responsibility, not mine. The developers have also expressed their intentions of making a realistic planet biological ecology with a functional day and night rotation, weather systems that physically alter the very foundations of the world, offering a unique, immersive experience that can't be found in any other MMORPG right now. And that is quite the grandiose statement to make. But companies, developers like this seem to throw those terms around, but very few fail to ever live up to these expectations that they set for players. And once again though, given how good Dragon Raja was, aesthetically anyway, I do not have any doubts that they will somehow manage to implement this and make this game an absolute marvel to behold. Again, Noah's Heart is going to be holding a closed beta test. The very first test phase is open for players to participate in on December 21st through December 27th. You can pre-register for this game right now, and you can get some goodies for testing the game out during its test period. Now, this game looks absolutely incredible. It truly does, and I genuinely cannot wait to potentially get the opportunity to either play the beta test or get into the global version of the game. The game does not have a definitive release date for either its Chinese or global release currently, but given everything is already in English and they're moving into open testing, I would wager a guess that it is really not that far off.